make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Well, here we are again, another Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on the East Coast here, Midwest time. These weeks are just flying by. We were just with you last Tuesday and the Tuesday before that and the Tuesday before that. And as we have been for about a year and a half now on Greeny Sports Cards Live, presented by Collectibles on SI in partnership with Sports Cards Nonsense. We appreciate you checking in with us on whatever platform you may be watching. My name is Jeremy Levine. I will be joined shortly by the man himself, Steve Greenberg, aka Greeny, for our presentation of Greeny Sports Cards Live. And you can get involved in the show as well. And we encourage you to do so for whatever platform you are watching. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you interact with our guests. If you have questions, make sure you drop them below and we will interact with you in the show. We'll give you a quick rundown on how this is going to work as we do every week and let you know on the flip side from the rundown. So big show tonight. We've got a couple of guests for you. We've got a lot of news to get to. We're going to get to hobby news with Joe Wismirski of Phoenix Card Shop and Cut the Nonsense. We've got some Chase DeLauder news to talk about. We've got Kevin O'Leary Sports Card Index to get into. Maybe talk about the most popular gaming companies or least popular. You're welcome to chime in with your opinion on that. And then we've got our Card Show Live segment that Greeny will lead. We'll talk about some of the shows across the country. We've got the Medina County Collectors Fair recap that just took place. We've got a show in Kirtland. We've got a show in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. We've got a show in Mandeville, Louisiana. And our guest this evening will be Wes from Inside Pitch Promotions. And Wes has the Charlotte show coming up here very soon. So we'll get excited to talk to both those guys. Joe, of course, has a lot of insight, news, and views from the hobby world. And you can catch him on Cut the Nonsense every week. And then you can catch our live auction as well on eBay with Alex, who does a tremendous job. If you have not participated in the auction, make sure you check that out. Alex will go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Of course, on Tuesday following our program here, we go for about an hour. And again, bring you the hobby news, bring you news and insights, the card shows that you need to check out across the nation, and lots of interesting stories to tell. So thank you for joining us this evening. Let's go ahead and welcome in the man himself. Greeny, what's going on?
Hey, Jeremy. Happy Tuesday. Happy baseball Tuesday. Playoffs.
Yeah, it's they're off and running here in Cleveland. So
I get it. We lost the first game. We're Guardians fans. We lost, but they came back from 15.5 games in August, which is unheard of. Maybe they ran out of gas. Maybe they ran into Tarek Skubal, who they didn't actually beat him, but they've won the games he's pitched the last 2 times. So they have their chances.
You had a historic comeback, Greeny. I think if you don't finish off this series, it's just sheer happenstance. You're facing the Tigers again. If you don't win, have they failed this season, or Is
I
it a
don't think
success
so.
because you set an improbable record?
All year long, they showed you how little they could hit. And last week, they beat the Tigers by scoring 3 runs without hitting it out of the infield. They almost did it again today, by tying the game without hitting it out of the infield. So, you know, is it a failure? I don't think so. I think getting to the playoffs was a pretty monumental win for this team.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. So they'll be back at it tomorrow as the playoff continues, and we continue here. We want to thank our presenting sponsor, Collectibles on SI. That's your go-to resource for expert insights, market trends, and stories behind the most coveted cards. Make sure you check out Collectibles on SI, part of the Sports Illustrated family. Find it on SI. So you'll want to go to si.com/collectibles. So we thank them for their partnership along with Sports Cards Nonsense. And by the way, if you are a writer and you are interested in collectibles, and presumably if you're checking out this show, you are, they are looking for writers, Collectibles on SI. So make sure that you get in contact with them. You can actually reach out to either of us, reach out to Green. We'll get you in contact with Danny Black, who leads up the operation over there and does a tremendous job. They are looking for writers. If you are interested, they're just going to ask you for a couple samples, and you may be off and running with Collectibles on SI. So, yeah, Greeny, I learned a lot this week, today in particular. You wanna hear what I've learned?
Sure, that's a segment that we have. Today I learned.
Today I learned. I've got a couple quick hitters for you, of course, from the sports world. The first one I want to bring up is Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. This one comes from RC Maxfield on Twitter. Crazy stat that he's seen in a while, as well as I. Tony Gwynn has more assists in college, 590 at San Diego State University, than strikeouts in his 20-year Major League Baseball career. He struck out 434 times. For those of you who don't know, Tony played basketball at San Diego State as well as baseball. He had more assists than strikeouts in his entire Hall of Fame career.
I saw something, and I won't get the stat correctly, but like when he faced Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox, like not at all, like 1 or 2. I don't know. Crazy. Pedro Martinez was on that list. Guy just hit. That's all he did.
Yeah, it's that's amazing. Amazing stat. And another amazing stat. Who do you think one of the tallest players to ever play in the NBA is?
George Mearson.
George Mearson. He probably is 7'7". There's a guy right behind him at 7'6" tall. And today I learned that one of the tallest players in NBA history is trading his jersey for a fire helmet. Taco Fall, all 7'6" of him, who once towered over the hardwood with the Boston Celtics and here in Cleveland for a brief stint. But now he's stepping into a new kind of arena. He has officially joined the Chicago Fire Department, embracing a calling that's as courageous as it is unexpected. After wrapping up his basketball career, Taco said that he wanted to serve his community in a meaningful way, and firefighting lit that spark, pun intended. He's currently training. He's learning the ropes and ladders, as it were, alongside his fellow recruits. And the one challenge, as you can imagine, is finding gear to actually fit his frame. So kudos to Taco Fall, who is trying to become a firefighter and working through that. I saw somebody comment that if you're in a fire and the smoke is billowing and Taco Fall steps through the doorway, you might think it's actually a Grim Reaper coming for you, but
just
kudos
Taco
to
Fall.
him. Yeah.
I saw a few weeks ago that former Cleveland Brown Rashard Higgins is also becoming a firefighter.
It's a very honorable and noble calling. So congratulations to him. He hasn't officially graduated yet, but to make it that far is impressive, and he is serving his community. So great. Before we jump into hobby news with Joe, we got a lot to cover, but we also want to thank our sponsor. What can you tell us about Giannino's Pizzeria?
A lot. Not that I eat pizza every day, but I use their Italian dressing every day. I used it tonight on my salad, but Their pizza is terrific. They have this pizza that my dad loves, the piccolo pizza that's like double pepperoni. And when I tell you it's got a lot of pepperoni on it, it does. But they have stores all over Northeast Ohio, and it's terrific pizza. We were fortunate to have one of their commercials filmed inside the bank. Geraldo came and hung out with us, but obviously more so for Giannino's. And they played that commercial during the Super Bowl. So really cool. Really cool. And
Let's
we
take a look at
appreciate
that spot right now with Geraldo.
For generations, people have been trying to find Giannino's secret recipes. Now, famous investigative reporter Geraldo Rivera has discovered Giannino's underground vault. Can he uncover their secrets?
No, I can't. I've searched everywhere and I can't find their secret recipes. You want Giannino's? You're gonna have to order some yourself. It's the only place to get their pizza, chicken and JoJo's, and more. At least now I don't have to go home hungry.
Giannino's. You want a piece of me?
There are times I do want a piece, Jeremy. There are times.
Yeah, I could go for some pizza right now from Giannino's. So let's get to it, man. A lot to cover tonight in the hobby world, and of course we've got just the guy to do it. We want to welcome in our resident hobby expert and insider with news and views. Let's say hello to Joe Wismierski from Phoenix Card Shop. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, gentlemen. What I have learned today is 14. If you strike out 14 members of the opposing team, you have a pretty good chance at winning, just like my Detroit did this week. So, or today.
Detroit Tigers are up 1-0.
Yeah, they are completely on the road. We get an opportunity to sweep the Guardians on the road. So,
just like it happened last week on the road in Detroit.
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens.
We'll be back here next Tuesday, Joe. We'll revisit this conversation. Lots going to happen.
Well,
a lot of baseball to play.
Let's also talk about the Lions. I know you got.
Who did they play last week?
Bay. So it's a Detroit beatdown so far.
Yeah, well, you're claiming victory over the Cleveland Browns. That's not saying much.
Still none NFL team. Remember
supposedly,
maybe
3 team. They did pretty well, right? Against an undefeated team.
Yeah. So what's happening in the hobby? Is this Eminence basketball? Is that something I saw?
That we're 0-4. Yes.
You are 0-4. You are 0-4, but that's fine.
Eminence.
Actually, there's a big news coming out of Phoenix for the card show in March, right?
Eventually, yeah. I don't know.
There's no eventually about it. It's all over Instagram.
Oh,
I mean, it's
Then he released.
It's been announced.
He did. So they're going to have a show at Chase Field. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be this coming spring training show, Arizona State show, collectibles on college. Cole and the group, they were able to secure Chase Field, so that should be fun. Absolutely,
that is huge. And I know that Phoenix Sports Cards is a sponsor of their shows. I know you're a big sponsor in November. I'll actually be there hanging out in the Phoenix Sports Cards booth, so that'll be fun.
Sponsor the trade night because I know that would be a great opportunity for Greeny Sports Cards in the trade night.
Maybe we will, Joe. As long as you take me there,
trade
that's
night this weekend in Medina, Greeny.
What's that?
We saw Mr. Trade Night, or at least self-proclaimed
Mr.
Trade Night.
We did. Lonnie was there. That's exactly right. That should be interesting. Maybe they can do trade night somewhere down in the bullpen. Who knows? There's a lot of spaces at Chase Field.
Absolutely. They have the whole stadium, so they're going to be having tables set up on the entire main concourse.
I saw that.
Big vendors are going to be there in the main rotunda area as you walk in. They'll also have the second floor, or this upper deck, excuse me. They'll be there. There'll be concessions open. Patrons can come in. You can even sit down in the stadium and enjoy, ripping or looking at your new acquisitions. So it should be really fun. It'll completely change what we're used to having with the state show. We've had it at the convention center in downtown Phoenix, which has been great. And now it just puts a totally different spin, totally different appearance, look, feel, everything. You're in a stadium. It's during spring training, so it's super exciting. We're all excited for the spring.
I know there's been a show inside Fenway Park. This could be a new trend, right? Card shows inside stadiums. Why not?
Well, you know, the principal owner of the Diamondbacks, Ken
I
Kendrick,
do.
collector too, has a big collection. So, you know, I'll be excited to see. Maybe, I mean, his stuff is like armed guard type of collection that you need to
Well,
have.
you know what? It's interesting you bring that up, and maybe he will have it on display. Kind of like one of the things I wanted to talk about is Kevin O'Leary's sports index, cards index. He said he wants to put those on display like a museum for people.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, eventually you'll have something like that. It will be a mobile display, I think, so that you can get it all access around. I mean, they have the ability to have these semi-truck and trailers where they can open up and unfold and be a completely immersive experience for collectors that would be fantastic. I know people would pay to walk through a small exhibit like that, or even just taking that collection to the major sporting events and having that as like a part of the fan fest that'd be awesome. That's a great treat for collectors and just sports fans in general.
So my guess is he'll be somewhere on the corporate floor at the National next year. I have to, right? Who knows?
Well, probably.
Yeah. Again, it's a to be seen place, right? And I would think that Kevin O'Leary likes to be seen, likes to show us what he can do and what he can't do. So, and right now, yeah.
I was going to say, in all fairness, the person who has fame and clout, walking around, just getting elbow to elbow with people, for me, all my money, Gary V. I mean, he's just out there doing and rubbing elbows and that kind of stuff.
No question.
Pretty around, like
that he walks around like a normal guy, and he will talk to everybody about anything, which is absolutely terrific. I don't know what it'll be like when these guys walk around, but I know that Gary V, who's got quite a bit of money himself, he just walks around by himself, normal guy looking at tables. I know Nat Turner was walking around the show, very, just by himself. I think with his kid, actually.
He had a throwback PSA crew neck, a real dad sweatshirt. It was the type of sweatshirt I remember growing up. My dad said it's time to clean the garage, and that sweatshirt would be present on him. No hoodie, just a crew neck. And he had the old school PSA one. So talking about cards and collections, Steve, I know we have a lot of sports stuff coming out. We have Eminence, which I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. It's a beautiful product, but it is not for everyone. Cost alone it's high 4 digits to even just have it on your shelves. So
it might be more than 4 digits.
Yes. And then
it might be 5.
That it's going to be in the 5 digits for sure. So Eminence, it's a beautiful product, but again, you're looking on card, low numbered stuff, game used items, but it's expensive. It's very expensive.
This is one of those where you either hit or you strike out, right? That's it.
Yes, you hit or get hit. Again, gorgeous product for sure. Not something that everyone's going to get hold of and have access to. What is going to be kind of fun is Prism Black. So Prism Black has always been it's been kind of a sub-insert set within Chronicles, and now they've made their whole new product themselves. Prism Black should be fun. Again, it's kind of mid to upper tier cost-wise, but everyone loves Prism, right? So this is a product that people are excited about because, I mean, Panini's all in and finishing it effective tomorrow.
That's it, right? So, yeah, that's it. Can they not release, or do they have to publicly say there's a release, or is this it?
So I am not 100% sure, but what I will tell you, what I believe is that they can not print any 25, 26 products. So they can finish up their 24, 25 run of product, and then it's done.
Okay. So there is no Prism Cooper Flag Mavericks uniform cards that we're going to see, correct?
Not to my knowledge, correct.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Were they able to make Panini Instant Cooper Flag Mavericks cards? I have not checked this. It's just really a thought.
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either. Okay.
And I believe I think, and I may be wrong, but I think the player portion, the player association, I think that actually went over prior to the NBA licensing. So I think I think they're kind of handcuffed on what they can do, honestly. But we're on to Topps and Topps Chrome basketball.
I'm ready. I'm
And,
ready. Gold
you know,
refractors.
we had a great release of Bowman. Bowman was, I watched over 5 cases in front of us get ripped. It was a great product. It was expensive, okay, 100%. It was pricey, but what they did with this product, as far as with case hits and not littering everything throughout, like when you saw spotlights or you saw garbage pail, they weren't one per case. Like they were very, very infrequent. There were multiple cases. In the 5 cases I saw, I didn't even see a Shoeless Joe first Bowman. So great. We saw a ton of Nick Kurtz rookie insert autos. We saw a lot of the red rookies. Also Drake Baldwin, who's the odds-on favorite for the NL Rookie of the Year. We learned a little bit more about how the Fanatics Red Rookie Redemption works. So once that person, if you have the Nick Kurtz, who is supposed to be the AL Rookie of the Year, once they're in the Rookie of the Year, that activates $100 in Fanatics cash, which can be used for apparel, jerseys, cards. You can even use it on the Fanatics betting app.
Interesting.
So once that's activated, then you're open for the next round, which is if they win the MVP. They could be a 1-time, 2-time, 3-time MVP, and the money goes. I believe it goes from $200 to $400 there. And then after they've unlocked a 3-time MVP, you have a potential, if they become a Hall of Famer, you would win $1,000 on that. So pretty cool. But Steve, I have real quick here, if you don't mind.
Please.
Release tomorrow. It's non-sports, but it's super popular.
SpongeBob, Topps Chrome.
Topps Chrome SpongeBob, okay? Steve, Card Collector down the road already has this product listed at $55 a blaster or a value box.
Okay.
I mean, Steve, that's a lot, right? I mean,
Yes.
we're talking SpongeBob right here. So it's Find 2 exclusive kelp green refractors inside, okay? This is the 20th anniversary. And we are looking 7 packs, 4 cards per pack. So 28 cards in here, Steve. I'm going to rip through them real quick, give you guys a little look, see if we can pull something nasty in here, okay?
It's fine. We're looking for a SpongeBob Superfractor, right? That's the big card.
We're looking for the artist. They have autographs in here. So we have Clint. We have Guttermouth Convention.
Okay.
Chrome, beautiful. I got a refractor coming up here too. I got the Quick Star.
Huh.
Okay. And then my refractor. Ooh. Pecos Patrick. Okay. I know you were looking for one of those for your set.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So let me go. We got pack number 2 here. So 28 cards in a blaster, Steve. I know they've released these at GameStop also. We have Officer Nancy.
Yeah.
Yep. We have the is mayonnaise an instrument? Okay. We've got Sharkface, King Neptune. Okay. So no
Superfractor.
Nope. We're still
going. Superfractor.
Steve, I mean, this stuff, if you've looked at how Disney's done the past couple weeks, Dune.
So Disney, came out, what is it, 2 weeks ago? The Disney Chrome?
Yep. They also have another Disney coming out here. We got a little SpongeBob.
Do they really? They have
Yeah.
another Disney?
They do. Disney Wonder. We have Fred.
Is that a Chrome thing, or can they do like a higher end Disney?
I'm not sure. I think Chrome right now. I mean, again, James, our buddy, right? He bought into a $19 yesterday, and he pulled it was a character break.
Sure.
Donald Duck was his character. He got an auto of the artist that's been doing 1985, numbered I think to 75.
That's big.
More cards, Steve.
Nice.
We have our
good. I like it.
kelp. First kelp here. Oh, we do also have a Krusty Krab review. It's got a 1 kelp review for the Krusty Krab, and then our refractor here is a Bikini Bottom green kelp refractor. And Steve, I know we're having fun and just poking fun kind of with these cards, but
they're going to sell.
They're going to sell, and
they are.
I don't know how many rounds of Topps Chrome SpongeBob you're going to see. Oh, I mean, we got a Joe. We got a Joe.
There you go.
Yeah, we got.
So I want to ask you too. Back to baseball real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Guardians called up Chase DeLauder. Okay, so he is on the playoff roster. Presumably, he's going to get a pinch hit, maybe pinch run. Who knows? But if he does get on the field, I believe, this is according to a tweet that I read from Michaela Bear, he will be the first one to have the Topps MLB debut patch on during the postseason. Be the first rookie to have his debut patch in a postseason game. I don't know that to be 100%, but that's what I read.
So here's why I am with that.
Okay.
That's fine and dandy now, Steve, but it'll be a year before you see it in a product.
Well, that's true. Well, he'll be in, if he plays in a game, he'll be in Series 1, right?
But I believe they're an update every year.
There's no way he'll be an update. No way.
But that's what I'm saying. Those debut patches, that's the chase and update Chrome every year.
Oh, that's it? They're not in Series 1?
I believe they're just an update Chrome every year.
Okay. I don't know how that works. But and maybe you're right. Maybe it'll be a year before we see it. But the fact is, it could be from a playoff game. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is that a kelp or is that kale? Is that like kale color?
A Guttermouth Convention.
Yeah, that's exactly who that is.
I mean, Jeremy, are you impressed? I know you're muted right now. Are you impressed with the SpongeBob product?
Well, I'm impressed with the Guttermouth Convention because we've got Card Show Live coming up in a little bit. So, it's all about the shows.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremy, could you fathom or see yourself, like, when we talk about these non-sports products, Disney Chrome was selling for $500 a hobby box. $500 a hobby box.
It's shocking, and people are
the market dictates that, right? If people weren't buying it, it wouldn't sell for that.
Yeah.
$500 for a hobby box.
I'm just very excited, Joe, to find out that this man is an instrument is actually on a card.
Well, what's crazy is we didn't get a single singular character. Like it wasn't like just SpongeBob or Patrick or like I'm a big Gary guy, right? I was looking for Gary the snail, didn't find a Gary, but
a lot of commons in the SpongeBob.
Keep ripping.
A lot of commons.
Joe, keep ripping, and keep ripping. That's all I can tell you.
Appreciate you guys. Hey, check us out, 59th and Thunderbird, Glendale, Arizona, at PHX Sports Cards. Appreciate you guys.
Big show tomorrow night. Cut the Nonsense, 8 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. And I also heard you're on something else.
Yeah, wherever you can find your famous favorite podcast, Apple, Spotify. We're there now.
You're there. And you're growing.
Very cool.
Hey, no, so you might get some actual content this week. So
perfect. Joe, thanks. We appreciate it as always. Tell Ray we said hello.
I will.
You got it. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. See you next week. I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about with all the baseball to be played in the next coming days. Greeny, before we move on to Sports Card Live, where we've got a lot of shows to talk about certainly coming up this week, we want to thank Sport Card Auctions, Sport Cards Consignments. If you're looking to turn your collection into serious cash at Sport Card Auctions, they'll make it simple for you. Just ship them your cards, and Sports Cards Auctions, their expert team, will handle everything from photography to listing, grading, shipping. They've got over 15 years of experience, a 99% customer satisfaction rate. They are the trusted choice for thousands of collectors, whether it's vintage or modern hits. Maximize your return with competitive consignment rates and professional service. Get started today at sportcardauctions.com, where your cards get the spotlight they deserve. Our thanks to Dave and his team at Sport Card Auctions. Appreciate their support. And Green, again, a lot of card shows coming up.
That's
With
right.
Card Show Live, we'll find out what is going on this week and a little bit of a recap of Medina here on the backside of Card Show.
Welcome on into another episode of Card Show Live, Jeremy. And as you said, before we get into what's coming up this week and the weeks coming ahead, let's recap. Last week, we had the Medina County Collectors Fair where sports and pop culture collide. It's always terrific to incorporate both worlds together. And you can see Flight Productions does a great job. They bring in their cameras. We also had Garrett there, filming a lot of things for us. So we'll have plenty of content coming soon, not only from walking around the show, but we had the Akron women's basketball team and Coach Gensler at the show, and we got to talk to them. We got to tell them about an NIL card that we're going to make for each member of the team this year. So a lot of exciting things happened at the show. There's the team right there getting set up. But there was no shortage of sports, Pokemon. There were some comic books there. There was 3D printing. So it was really where the worlds collided. And we had a huge turnout 3 days in a row, record turnout for us in Medina. So we'll look forward to that show again next year. That's not something that we do all the time, but next year we'll be again in May. So great show there out in Medina. So with that recap, we now look to this week. So Saturday, October the 4th, we have the Kirtland show, and here's a little bit of a preview for that. Card Show Week. This Saturday, October the 4th, is the Kirtland Card Show, where, you guessed it, everybody knows your name. 40 tables in one of the most fun, family-friendly shows that you're going to find in Northeast Ohio. There's even a playground out back. But there is vintage cards, there's Pokemon cards, there's brand new modern cards, supplies, some wax boxes. So make sure that you come check out this Saturday, October the 4th, the Kirtland Senior Center. All the information is on our website, greeniesportscards.com. Or if you want to be on our email list, please comment below your email address or send us a message. And we will see you at the show, Saturday, October 4th, the Kirtland Senior Center, where everybody knows your name. Yeah, we look forward to that show. It is really just a small, tight-knit community show. People come from that side of town and they pack it. They look forward to it every month. So this Saturday, October the 4th in Kirtland at the Senior Center, we'll be there. Other shows around the country of note, one that we've actually attended in the past in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. There's about 180 tables that Tony Gordon does at that show, the Salvation Army Community Center. I love that show. It's kind of spread out in a couple different rooms, but they do a terrific job there. They have people that come from really all over Wisconsin, from down in Green Bay, Madison, and you name it. They even come from Chicago. It's not very far. I know I saw several vendors from Chicago when I was at that show a couple years ago. I believe it's always like the first Saturday of every month. So check that out. The Salvation Army Community Center in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. That is this Saturday, October the 4th. Moving on, there's a show down in, I'm gonna hopefully say it right, Manville, Louisiana, Jeremy. 250 tables, which I mean that's still a lot of tables, and that's we're seeing a lot of that happen, and I can't wait to talk to Wes about that. But there's 100, 200, 300 table shows, which this wasn't the norm even 5 years ago. 100 table show was a really big deal. But they're doing this at the Castine Center. It's October 4th and 5th down there in Louisiana, 250 tables. Chuck Sports Cards of Louisiana puts this show on. I did some research. It looks, quite big for this area down in Louisiana. And I can't imagine what the food's going to be like too, as well as the cards. So, if you're anywhere down in that area, I would check that out in Manville, Louisiana, the Castine Center, October 4th and October 5th. Those are a few of the shows that we have coming up this week. The show that we're going to talk about at length is the Charlotte Card Show, which is going to happen next weekend, October 11th and 12th. That's at the Park Expo and Conference Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's by Inside Pitch Promotions. And now, Wes, who we're going to talk to here in a second, is new to Inside Pitch Promotions, but these shows have been going on for years. And I've been down there when they were in Raleigh, and they still do there. But this show next week, promises to be pretty big. They have a great lineup of sponsors that we'll talk about. I think I just saw a post. Jose Canseco is going to be there signing. So why don't we bring in Wes? Let's talk a little bit about the Charlotte show, and then we'll also talk about his shop and what's kind of going on in the industry down that way.
Hey, gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, Wes. What's happening?
Welcome.
Not a whole lot. Just got the little ones down for bed. So yeah, you may or may not hear someone chirp here in a little bit, but I think 90% we're home free for the night. So we'll see.
Yeah, hey, we get it. We understand. So we know that the Charlotte show is coming next week. We'll kind of get into the meat of that, and then we'll kind of go back to how you really got involved in this. But
Sure.
What can people expect next week in Charlotte?
So Charlotte is by far our biggest show. I think we have 15 or 16 shows on the calendar for this year, and Charlotte's grown a ton. I think this is our third time doing Charlotte. First time was like in a hurricane. We had like right at 280, I want to say, the first time a year ago, and then this February we had 370, and we're currently I think at like 470 some as of today, and wouldn't shock me if we hit 500 or a hair over. Just a lot of buzz in the room, a lot of energy, a lot of money being spent. I probably have 40 plus people flying in for the show. It's just exciting, really, and it's just like, it's our strongest show of the year for sure. So I mean, it's destination, and Katie and Tommy done a great job building it up, and I'm excited that the countdown's on here.
Wes, through your eyes and experience, what makes a great card show?
Great question. I think first and foremost, you got to promote it. And then I know, like, nothing against Wes Starkey, who we bought Inside Pitch, but I think his main source of marketing was postcards, as of 2023. And I'd get him and laugh at him and toss him out. And like, it might remind me, it might not, but I mean, you got to have an online presence, especially today. So Tom and Katie do a very, very good job with that. And I'd feel awful if I didn't say that I accept way too much credit for the shows. My role is just going to tell customers and tell good dealers about the shows, and they do literally everything else. A lot of people congratulate me about the shows, but I mean, it's 98% them. So I'm gonna tip my hat to them. And but yeah, I think you got to have an online presence. I think you got to just talk to your vendors, and just kind of ask them, what's moving, how's the show going, and ask the public. I feel like a lot of times you're not asked, how can this be better, or just what's the biggest takeaway from the show. I think just being a good listening ear, and just saying, how can we improve? We always like to improve, and I think being bigger, better venues, and so you have space to move around. I mean, I'm not going to elbow my way. I'm not as aggressive. Maybe my 22-year-old version of me might sneak my way into a quarter box a dig or something like that. But now I'm just like, if there's a big crowd, I'm just going to bypass. So I think just making it comfortable. I think having good food trucks there, having good food options. There's a lot of shows, unfortunately, for whatever reason, there's just no food whatsoever, or the food options are terrible. So I think having that, and like I said, Katie and Tommy do a good job making sure there's free donuts, cookies, coffee, things like that, and I think that does go a long way personally.
So I know you've been in this industry a long time. We've known each other umpteen years, going back to different shows where Chantilly, Chicago,
Mhm.
and then a few years ago you decided to really get into this space of promoting card shows. How did really that come about?
So I've known Wes Starkey for golly, probably 15 years. I mean, I've done my first Raleigh show I attended was like 1999, chasing Dirk Nowitzki's, and I was 15 years old, and just throughout college, I always went to the Raleigh show at the fairgrounds there, and went to some of his other shows as well throughout college, and in my 20s and 30s, and I think like later in my 30s, just kind of kept talking to Starkey about it, and like where the market was at, and just saw that it could be in good hands from west to west was always our joke. So I said, if and when you're ready, let me know. He says, it could be 5 years from now or it could be Tuesday, but I promise you, I'll give you an opportunity. So me and Katie both kind of talked to him, and he liked that we're kind of a family unit, and, wanted to see it going, and we would only grow it. And he's still very much involved with cards, and he made to, write in the contract that he wants 2 free tables at all future shows. So we had that little caveat. So happy to see Wes still around for sure. But I think it's just a good way to pivot and good way to diversify a little bit. We've got our brick and mortar, but I think just to tell so many customers about it, and just seeing a lot of growth in the year and a half that we've had it here.
I, I think I saw on your website you guys do, was it like 12 shows? Is that how many you're doing this year
I think it's
in
like
that
14 or
neighborhood?
15. I'll have to
Okay.
check out. I'll have to check and see, but I think it's like right at 14 or 15. Again, like Tom and Katie could tell you immediately, but I think Hickory was condensed, so I think you're probably correct there.
Yeah.
So that's
That's a
right.
pretty substantial lineup. Lot of dates, lot of vendors, a lot of cards, collectibles, toys. What sort of trends are you seeing across those shows? Are there any patterns, good, bad, or indifferent, that are generated out of doing multiple shows?
I mean, I think if we had 40 shows a year, I think we'd sell at every show. I mean, I think like there's probably a wait list of 50 to 100 vendors at every single one of our shows. Aside from Charlotte, Charlotte, it's a huge venue. You can
Sure.
have potentially 800, 1,000 tables, but Raleigh will hold 250 tables at one of our venues there. There's another one that's like 400, but it's a good problem to have. But also, like, you also, I'd rather. I think a lot of times at shows, it's just like if it's too big, then there's like not enough dealers walking around. A lot of those dealers that could have set up are then walking around trying to buy, sell, trade. So I think that's a good thing. But I mean the market's absolutely flying right now. It's buzzing. I think the Pokemon side for sure. Some of our shows, a lot of our shows do have Pokemon, and like that side is just like packed. Like it is wild how just insane that market is right now. But I think even the toy market isn't a very good place. But yeah, I mean it's just exciting to be a part of right now.
It's interesting. I actually mentioned it earlier. As early as 5 years ago, you had Chicago, you had Chantilly, you had Philly, and those were really the big staple shows. And now I'm talking about a 250 table show in a city called Manville, Louisiana.
Hmm.
These big shows are like almost on every street corner now, right?
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
don't think there's a problem with it.
no, I welcome it. The more the merrier. I mean, there's
Yeah.
lots of promoters that might have 30 a year, and like right now you could do it. I mean, I don't know if you will be able to in 3 years or 5 years from now, but yeah, I think just get it while you can, and like I think there's like a newfound energy and buzz like in these rooms and stuff like that, and like the trade nights going till 3 a.m. Seeing 12-year-olds in the lobby trading, like I absolutely love it. Like it's just it's fun to see. So
Does that translate into your shop? Are you seeing a lot of these younger kids coming in there?
Yeah, for sure. Like actually, like I think 2 of the last 4 weekends we've hosted a birthday party in there, and there's 13, 15 kids in there running around. We do like pack wars and do little like repacks for them and stuff like that. So it's fun to see. And I know one kid he just pulling out some heat out of his Zion case. I mean, he had $1,000 cards in there. He's like 9 years old. I was like, right on, So just you don't always expect it. So it's cool to see for sure.
Wes, the hobby has changed dramatically, particularly over the last 5 years. It's become a much more digital space. It's a 24/7 hobby or occupation for some. What does the role of live events play in that space? And for you, what is the magic of bringing people together in space?
I just think like I like tangible stuff. I like things that you can hold, things that you can expect. As far as grading goes, like is you got a 9 in your hand, and like you just like I think you can definitely get a premium for things. And I think like 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh, I'm in at 80%, but now it's just like, yeah, I'll pay full, I'll pay 10% over just to get it and get it now. I mean, I think like I hate the eBay authentication. It's just like I know what a Griffey PS item looks like. Why do I have to wait 15 days to get it? Like it's ridiculous. So I see why like you can get full price for a lot of cards, like anything decent. You can just get the money on it and just get it and get it now rather than have to wait 15 days. I mean, look at football. I mean, like 2 weeks ago Lamar Jackson wasn't hurt, and then I mean now like if you bought Lamar Jackson 2 weeks ago, or insert your quarterback Joe Burrow, a quarterback a week goes down, it seems like, and it's just like devastating for some of these collectors that have the stones to buy high end football in season. I'm not one of those. If I buy it, I try and sell it that day because I was like, I don't care. I've been down that road for way too many years. So
Yeah, the flipping game is really at an all-time high with that. And we see when the people come, to every show, that the repacking, and right, the Joe Burrows, the Lamar Jackson. But now you got guys like Jackson Dart, right? I mean,
Mhm.
that's what everyone's going to chase now next week. And who's it
Right.
going to be the week after that?
Right. It's always just the flavor of the day, and that's how rookie quarterbacks are. And I always say, like, sell all your football in August because there's only one MVP, there's only one Super Bowl winner, and of the 30 starting quarterbacks, or however many there are, there's like three that are worth more at the end of the season they are at the start of the season. So, but there's no hype like football hype.
No, we're also seeing a trend of $50,000 cards, $100,000 cards.
Mhm.
What, where is that going? Do you see a trend in that? Is that still going to get upticked?
I think up. I mean, I think there's like a pause in the market now, and people are just like scared to sell. I think the Jordan logo man at 12.8. There's just like a pause in the market almost that anything like 5 figure, 5 to 6 figure, people are just like, if you have a 5 or 6 figure card, you probably have money to go alongside it, so you don't have to sell it right now. So I mean, if I have like a big card, I'd rather just like throw it in a box and see what the market does the next 2 months, and not necessarily catch a falling knife, but just like see what happens. I think anything good Jordan Bulls, I wouldn't sell right now. I think any like rare insert of like any good basketball player from the '90s, I'd probably just hold it right now, unless you just absolutely have to sell it, or at least like pivot into that same player and just get the same thing like any that '90s stuff. I mean, but it's blazing. But yeah, unless you need the money and it's from the '90s or like early 2000s, I mean, I just hang on to it and just enjoy the wave. But also think a lot of this newer type stuff, I just let it ride and whatever. But all the like the downtowns and kabooms and stuff like that, I mean, it's ridiculous right now. I know about a Romo gold kaboom. I didn't even know he had a gold kaboom for 1,700. The last sale was 1,300 in like March. I'm just like, whatever, I'll buy it.
Crazy.
I sent it to SGC, got a 9.5. I'm like, whatever. Put it up at like $3,500, and like in 8 minutes, a guy messaged me and said, "Hey, don't take less than 5K for this. I just got 5K for my 9.5." So then I raised it to 5,500, and people are like, "You're crazy. Why are you selling this?" And then it got popped at 5,500 in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It's just like if that card sells for 10K, I don't care. I'm just like I'm more than made my margin. Like I mean, I had a sticker at 3K in my store, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think just make your money, move on, and don't worry about it. If the guy gets 10, I don't care. Like, congrats to him.
Bit of
Yeah.
a multi-part question for you then. So, do you collect? Are you buying cards to collect for your personal collection? And if you do, is there anything off limits for you that you will not sell?
Yeah. So my card PC, I collect high end Chuck Knobloch. Chuck Knobloch was always my guy. growing up. So I have like a bunch of game used jerseys and like World Series jerseys, All Star jerseys. So that stuff's untouchable. Not that there's a big market for Chuck, but no, I love my Chucks. I like my high end Dirks. I just like quantity. I mean, I'd rather have 100 SP Authentics than like one Logo Man. I mean, that's just more special to me. And probably the favorite thing that I own, I bought it a couple years ago, actually at Golden, but I have the Dumb and Dumber scooter for, like in the movie. So unless I get a ridiculous number, I'll probably die with that. And one of my kids may or may not inherit that, whether they want that. But that's probably my favorite thing that I own, and I enjoy it more than any card that I ever own. So I'll still like poke around the neighborhood a little bit in it, but it's a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
What's
Mm.
one of the coolest things that's ever walked into your shop?
Well, I got a call today actually. A guy has a Jordan Star 101 that is signed that
Oh,
he said he bought the team set for $1 in 1985, 86, and then carried it. Jordan's playing a golf tournament here in Durham, and he carried it in his pocket for 9 holes, and then Jordan signed it, and he has like pictures of it and stuff. So that was just today. So I haven't seen that in hand, but he'll be in Charlotte, so I think we'll get together there. But as far as like things that walk in my store, I mean, I just had like a couple Mantle rookies. A lot of times it's just like a meeting point. I'm not trying to, if I see someone on Marketplace, I'm not trying to meet them at Target or, I'm not trying to get hit
sure.
over the head in a parking garage or something like that. So I think like a lot of things are just like from the shows and just like, hey, let's meet here rather than, anywhere else, just for protection, really. But I think it's like, I don't know that probably like a couple times a year I'm like really wowed with something and just doing this for so long. That stuff's out there. I'd love to see 86 clear box. That's something that's never walked in. I know that there's one within 5 miles of here and they don't realize that they have it. That would be cool. Probably one of the cooler things we bought in the last couple of years is have you guys familiar with those Simpson sketch cards from '93
So I,
Skybot?
I saw your post. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
yesterday or the day before. I saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so years ago, so I guess the story is like Groening did 400 sketches, and each one is an individual 101, and like it was one in thousands and thousands of packs. You had like a lucky penny, and you could send it in, and then they would redeem them, within 2 years. And then I think they stamped all the ones that were good. There's like 173. I've done like way too much research on this. I think like 173 of the 400 were good, but then there's like generic Bart sketches where he's like looking left, looking right, and then some of them are like a little cooler. They have a design where he's like riding a skateboard or like on in a car or whatever. And like very few have like the actual like family portrait. So a customer of mine, Skybox is only 30 minutes from here, or was, and I guess it closed down in like 96, 97. I guess they moved up to New Jersey maybe, or I don't know what happened. But this guy bought a tub full of stuff. It was a milk crate full, and he paid $50, and he had 6 sketch cards.
Oh,
Um, including some other stuff. He knew exactly what he had because he's just like, yeah, all these are like 10,000 or more. I was like, you're crazy. That's what they're asking. And he's like, no, trust me, like they are. And I looked them up, and sure enough, they absolutely were. Like each one was more than 10K, and this is 2 years ago. So I think he actually ended up buying. He knew what he had. I didn't like steal them, but he
sure.
ended up buying. He bought a new truck with the proceeds, and we sold the other 5. And this is actually Katie's card, or Katie's favorite card that we have. And she's like, don't be short sighted with it. Like if get the number fine, but I mean, this could be huge for sure. I was like, yeah, we've had a couple years, and it might pivot into something else. But like usual, she's probably right.
So before we let you go, let's just finish up a little bit with the Charlotte show. I saw
Mhm.
Jose Canseco is going to be there. Do you guys have
Yep.
other autographers coming?
No, so Grant Williams, who plays for the Hornets, he'll
Yep.
set up Sunday. So I mean, he doesn't charge anything. Like he's been great. He's been on a couple of our other shows, and he's just like all into it. Like he loves to rip stuff. He loves to
Yep.
break stuff. He's wonderful with the kids, and one of the nicest athletes I've ever met. Just a good human being. Um, so yeah, I think right now just Jose, and looking forward to that and seeing what's what. But yeah, we had Jason Williams there, White Chocolate. He was awesome with the fans. He was there two Charlottes ago. We saw our first show, and he was wonderful. But yeah, I mean, like looking forward to bringing other athletes in the future. So.
What about sponsors? I saw like Nate Burns is going to be there. Who else is coming?
So Blez is big, Blez the Breaker, and
Mhm.
I think all the brothers and stuff. So I don't know who from them's coming. I know like Jameson Long's coming. I know Waldorf Storia's on Instagram's coming. Like he just got just crazy stuff.
Oh, Grant is
Um,
unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean he's got some special cards. I mean it just like it's very humbling looking in the show. It's like, well, that's
Yeah.
worth more than my life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean it's I'm shortchanging 100
Sure.
dealers here, but yeah, I mean it's a solid lineup, and we're excited. But yeah, one thing that's cool about the Charlotte show is like you can that venue specifically will like they have like the Christmas show there, which is just like Santas and wreaths and stuff like that, and it's like the national of Christmas shows. Like there's over 100,000 people that go to that, and like there's different wings and things like that. So I mean, it's got tons of potential to grow, and I'm very excited. And again, like tip my hat to Katie and Tommy for the rapid growth, and just kind of buy into ultimately her vision, and just I figured it would grow. I just didn't think it would happen this quickly. But very pleased, and it's exciting, and we're very selective with the weekends that we choose, because we want to kind of be the show of the country for that specific weekend. So I wish more promoters would communicate a little bit. I think they just pick a date and like whatever, that's it. But I think there needs to be a little
Yeah.
more level playing field, and it's just better for everyone. You can't be. But I know lots of guys like the Ross of the world. They're just like, yeah, I'm the show this Friday and the show this Saturday, and they have the energy and they can do 80 shows a year. But with 3 kids, I mean, I'm may or may not go to my own shows. So, but
Who's
yeah.
making those decisions? Those guys?
I- yeah, I got it
Yeah.
out of my garage actually. So
Yeah. So, yeah, where can people find your website? Where can they find information about the Charlotte show and about your shop?
yeah, so just inside pitch promo, and I think just charlottecardshow.com. But yeah, just Instagram as well, Charlotte Card Show, or Charlotte Card Show. Don't want to get crucified for not knowing, but I think maybe Charlotte Card Show on Instagram, inside pitch promo, and then our shop just Oak City Sports Cards. But it's the same 3 to 4 employees checking all 3 of them. So, but yeah, I mean that's what it is. And our shop's downtown Raleigh, free beer of those of age if you want to pop in, and it's a good space. And again, that's Katie's idea. My card shop would look like any other card shop in America, where
Yeah.
it's just like all the stuff everywhere. But it's very
That's
clean. It's very professional looking. It's almost like Apple when you come in there. Like she's done a very good job with that. So just less is more, and every card's $50 and up, and we kind of want the quality stuff. So. But
fantastic. Well, listen, Wes, we appreciate it. We look forward to hearing a recap of the show. So it's the 11th and 12th, downtown
yeah,
Charlotte at the Expo Center.
yeah, looking forward to it. It's probably 15, 20 minutes from the airport. Lots of cool things to do, and I think the Cowboys actually play the Panthers at 1 on Sunday. So should be some a lot of fans in town for the area, and should have record attendance, and looking forward to it here.
Fantastic. Well, listen,
That's
again, we
awesome.
appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for the opportunity, guys.
Yep. Cool.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Wes.
Wes.
See you down the road.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of places to visit, Greeny,
We
across
do.
the country.
And
Carolinas and
yeah.
Raleigh for free beer in the shop. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, count me in. Absolutely. And listen, that show it's been growing. It's been happening for 2 years. Like you said, they took over a year and a half ago. So I know a lot of people that are heading to Charlotte for that show next week, the 11th and 12th. And then check out all the shows around town. You go to the Beckett website, you can go on Instagram, you can go to the show collector. And I mean, there's no shortage of shows around the country. So wherever you are, I'm sure within an hour's drive of where you live, there's probably a show.
There is no shortage. And you hit on it earlier. It's kind of been remarkable. A few years ago, 100 tables was kind of considered a benchmark of a big show. And now that's almost an afterthought. You're seeing shows with 200, 300, 400 tables, and it's pretty remarkable. So hopefully it keeps rolling. It's good for Greeny Sports Cards. It's good for all the other promoters across the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate Wes for joining us. We appreciate Joe Wismirski from Phoenix Card Shop going coast to coast on this show. You can catch Joe on Cut the Nonsense tomorrow, along with Danny Black and Mike Gio. And thanks to Wes, thanks to Joe, thanks to Haley on the board. Our thanks to Giannino's. Our thanks to Sport Card Auctions. Our thanks to the Hobby Ohio. Thank you to all of you for watching and continuing to support this week over week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those things. You can follow us on any of the platforms. Green, if they've got questions, they can email you at
Sure.
the shop.
And then tonight they can actually go on eBay Live and they can watch Alex with Call Your Shot. We have our live eBay auction tonight. He's got tons of new stuff, tons of new wild card product that guys love to rip those packs. He's got some score football, tons of singles that we've picked up, whether they're graded cards or the hottest rookies. So make sure you join Alex, ebay.com. You can see that, the events. You can just go like Greeny Sports Cards on eBay and get the notifications every time that Alex goes live, Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, continue to follow us, and there'll be plenty of reels to come, shorter clips for this. We'll be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, as we do every week on Greeny Sports Cards Live. Thank you for watching. Greeny, thank you for having us. May the cards forever be in your favor.
Have a good night, everybody.